Welcome to Crochet ADHD. I'm your host, Jackie. If this is your first time visiting my channel, welcome. You're a one-hit wonder. I'm glad you're here. If you are a repeat offender, a member of the GlamFam, who wears short shorts? Y'all, it is 100,000 degrees outside, so everybody best be wearing short shorts. Today is another Chit-Chat Cafe. We chit, we chat, and we crochet. I will be working on another tank top. Nope, another tee. I needed something to work on, so this is what I grabbed. And I'm also, between you and me, I've also started another sagebrush tank. This one is made out of, oh, what is it? What is it? Kobu. I will say this, between using Kobu and using the Holst Coast yarn held double, it's been easier. It was easier using the Coast. I'm gonna say this now. I hate Kobu. I hate that yarn. It splits so much, so quickly. You can look at it and it splits. So I know that it can't simply just be like, you know, the speed of your crochet. I've used different hooks. I've tried it with Tunisian crochet, traditional crochet. It just splits. And when I read reviews on the yarn, even knitters have the same complaint. So I'm just throwing that out there. And then, you know, second in that, you know, there's Kobu and any of the boos, I suppose, which brings me to Bambootiful. I don't think it splits as badly as Kobu, but for right now, in that project that I'm currently working on, which I'm hoping that I won't throw it out the window, because I really do want a tank top in the color that I'm working with, which is, I don't know, it's like a peachy salmon color. I can't remember the name of it. That is not what today's Chit-Chat Cafe is going to be about. I just wanted to throw that out there. Second, what am I wearing? I'm not wearing crochet, and neither is Hetty, but that's okay, because, well, we are still sitting on top of an air conditioning vent and freezing our coon dinghies off. Okay, here's what I'm wearing though. Y'all, this obsession with Temu. Now, while this is the first shirt I've looked at. A lot of the shirts, and most of them say made in the 80s, and they have like the strawberry shortcake on it, which would be great, except, you know, not made in the 80s, but the 80s made me. So that's kind of not the same. Anyway, if I can find one that says like grew up in the 80s or raised by the 80s or something like that, that would be like the perfect tee. But this, I can't remember how much it costs. I don't hate it. And it fits really well. I like it. I really like it. So me and Temu, we really do need to go on a break. Today's Chit-Chat Cafe is, in the last couple of years, I have been hearing a lot about this expression called self-care. And for self-care, you know, all of these things, you know, eat right and, you know, drink water, get plenty of rest, you make sure you relax, take days off, mental health breaks, all of that. And I'm like, you know what? That makes all the sense in the world. But you know what you need before you can have self-care is you need to be self-aware. Now here's where it gets a little hinky, because I thought I had been doing this self-care the right way. And then the other day I was editing one of my videos, and for every video y'all watch, if it's a 20-minute video, it was probably 40 minutes worth of content And, you know, so half of it was X'd out. And a lot of the things that I X out are, and I'm going to say this slow enough so that Editing Jackie doesn't edit this out. I say, a lot. I say, anyway, so, in succession. So like Editing Jackie is, you know, doing her thing. She knows if I say anyway, the next word is going to be so, just without. And for the most part, you know, that's not a problem. However, something I do all the time, and I just became aware of it, like just became aware of this. I hum. Now, y'all see me singing and, you know, dancing, and I do, you know, yay. Okay. So all of those things, right? So the hum, if I'm scrolling, if I'm looking for something, opening a package, again, a lot of this stuff is edited out of my videos just because I feel like, well, I didn't realize I was doing it. I just kind of put it in the category. Well, because I have ADHD, there are things that people in that category, which apparently ADHD falls on the autism spectrum. So there are a lot of similarities between those of us with ADHD and those with autism. And there is a lot of overlap. One of the things is called stimming. And I know I had mentioned this before because I was talking about how much I love these.
A few moments later.
How much I love these crochet hooks and, you know, the sensation here. Well, humming, singing, blurting things out, quoting things from random something or others, which, you know, I speak, sing, and everything in movies and television show quotes. That's just, for the longest time, I just figured that was just me. But it is me, but I wasn't aware of that. Does that make sense? Like becoming self-aware. And I was telling this story to Not Hetty, who also has ADHD. And I was explaining these things, and we were talking about something, and in the middle of trying to explain me becoming aware of this, I started singing something instead of saying the words, you know, like, y'all know, because again, y'all have been seeing this all this time. I just, So self-care means self-aware. So now I'm looking at Jackie in a whole new light. I'm not going to lie. It wasn't exactly like a, oh, look how cute her things. No. I was very sad about it because I felt like a weirdo. But again, y'all have already seen all this stuff. So when I'm, you know, I'm explaining it to my husband and Not Hetty and Bob, and they're just like, duh. So that was big for me. You have to be self-aware in order to do self-care. Now, with that being said, it reminded me of a story which makes my daughters laugh to no end. So back in the 80s, when I was a teenager, I wore makeup. And I don't necessarily mean just blue eyeshadow, but I did have my fair share of blue eyeshadow. But remember, back in the day, makeup was simple, right? You put on your foundation, you put on your blush, rouge, you put on, you know, your eyeshadow and some lipstick, some mascara, eyeliner, whatever. And now, you know, you got to contour and decrast and contrast and, you know, horizontal and whatever. You have to do all of those things now. Well, I was just like, look, I want to do something simple. This was back in 2015 or 2016, around the, well, let's see, my girl started wearing makeup, or maybe it was 2017. Yeah. So, so I bought this eyeshadow kit, and I was like, okay, so I know I got to put like the darker color, and it, you know, the instructions are in here. So I put on my eyeshadow, and I'm like, you know, brown, and then a little bit of some other color, because it was a palette, whatever. And then I put the color, you know, on my lid, and I was like, I feel great. And I leaned in, right? And when I opened my eyes, there we go. All of the eyeshadow up here disappeared. Like all of it. Like all of this. Why has no one discussed this? Like, there should be TED Talks about putting on makeup past the age of 40. Because once again, I mean, and it was looking good, because, you know, you have to raise, you have to do, let me hear. So, you know, you have to raise all of this, and you put it on, and it's like, ah, and then you go like that, and it was just gone. It was gone. It was like literally 3 layers of skin folded down over my eyelids and ate up all of the eyeshadow that I had applied. Why? Okay, we know about, let's see, when you get older, we know about menopause, we know about gray hairs, we know about facial hairs, we know, we hear all of those things, but nobody talks about disappearing eyelids. Nobody talks about that kind of stuff. Why? That's very important. And it really, really is a knock to your self-esteem if you're like, for the first time in 20 years, deciding you want to look cute and put on some makeup only for it to disappear. And for the most part, I don't wear makeup for a couple of reasons. One, I'm lazy and I don't like to do it because it takes a long time. 2, my husband prefers me not to wear makeup, which makes it easier because of number 1. And number 3, especially in the summertime, I have found that it is much easier to apply makeup directly to my shirt than it is to put it on my face and let the sweat melt it off. So, you know, with those 3 things, so I just tried once. And that's what, y'all, by the way, I have not crocheted a single stitch. I just want to know, are there things that you started to notice about yourself that others have been completely and totally aware of that is just surprising to you? Because it's not, again, I cried. I did. I cried. I just had a full, like, 2 days of total sadness because I felt like whoever this person is on this side, you know, under the skin, is not the same person that it's like when, like, you wake up and you don't wake up going, man, I'm over 50 today. You know, you don't do that. You wake up and then probably within 3 seconds, you're reminded cruelly and harshly that you're over 50. But for the rest of things, you know, again, that's why I love, like, listening to 70s and 80s music and even 90s. Oh, I was listening to 90s music this morning. There's a song, okay, I'm going off on a tangent. There's a song that was written and performed by a group that was in a TV show. So it was like a fake band. Apparently there's a lot of those, but the group was called The Heights. And the song is, how do you talk to an angel? I hadn't heard that song since I know 1997 at least. So it was, because, okay, so in my car, I have Sirius XM. 99.9% of the time it is on 80s on 8, but I also, you know, have, like, I listen to 70s on 7 and 90s on 9. Yeah, those pretty much those 3, but most of the time the first, you know, it's the first preset is 80s on 8. But when you listen to songs from certain time frames, for time periods, ooh, no, I don't want to say time period because, you know, that makes me think of the 1800s. But anyway, when you listen to certain songs, it takes you back to certain places and times and feelings and, you know, like smell and sound. Those two things are the best memory restorer ever. Now, I'm saying best because, you know, it can bring back really good memories, but unfortunately, it can also bring back bad memories. So, you know, that is something. But I digress. I think I digress. So, trying to just be becoming aware of a lot of the idiosyncrasies that I have, finding out that it is different coping mechanisms, and I didn't even realize that I needed to be coped. I think of a coping mechanism like, you know, you had some sort of traumatic experience and you're trying to work through it. And so therefore you start, you start a garden, you know, whatever. And, you know, for most of us, crochet, knitting, any of our crafts, those are where we go for mental calm and just for regulation. So to find out that, you know, I hum or I sing song instead of answering, I will just sing. Finding out all of those things are my brain telling me something or basically maintaining itself. This is just so weird to me, I think. And I know, you know, y'all have gotten to know me over the past 11 months. And I guess what I'm trying to say is, what am I trying to say? I appreciate the fact that y'all have seen these weird things in me and still want to hang out with me. You know, my husband, he's not, my husband is, y'all, seriously, he is the bestest husband in the whole wide world. And no, you can't have him, so I guess he's the bestest husband for me in the whole wide world. But I digress. Keep saying that. Okay, he sent me a text message that was basically like, you know, yeah, you're weird, but you are kind of weird, and I wouldn't want you any other way. Something along those lines. You know, mushy, mushy, mushy. Now that I am aware of this stuff, it's like I find myself trying to control it, which is really, it's painful actually. I'm hoping that probably nothing will change, you know, for us. I might edit a few more my weird whatever's out of the way. Okay, I feel like I've said this before, but I may have edited it out of a video. When I talk to you, you know, in the moment, I'm going to say live, but because I'm recording it right now, so it's live. But when editing Jackie takes over, she does not remember anything that this Jackie said. So she is genuinely surprised by a lot of the things that come out of my mouth. It's funny because it is literally like two separate people. Because as I'm editing, if I say something funny, editing Jackie busts out laughing. It is so weird. And I don't know if this is a normal, you know, editing mode thing to experience, but I'm like, I can't believe I said that. You know, it's crazy, or I'm crazy. One of the two. I feel like I've just been rambling. I have definitely not done any. Okay, I started with this. This is as far as I've gotten. I like this color combination, but I'm hating the stitch. Oh, and this purple is Bamboo Pop. This does not split. So I like that. But it is bumpily. I don't know if you can see the texture that it's, let me hang on. Okay. You see, it's like the texture of it. It's kind of, I guess it might be because how it's twisted, but that twist, I can feel it in here. Now I blocked the first part of it because I wanted to see if there was going to be any stretch because of the yarn I'm using. The green is 49% cotton, 46% acrylic, and 5% polyester. And it's also bumply. Ooh, Lord, look at my finger. No, don't look at my finger. Anyway. Come on. There we go. It's that twist, but it's, I guess maybe because of the acrylic in it, it is more, it's got like, you see it's got a little bit of a halo. What was that? Anyway, there we go. See, it's got a little bit of a halo, whereas the Bamboo Pop does not. And I mean, it's got drape for days, but I'm feeling like this might not be the best medium. Look at me in that big word. It might be better Tunisian crocheted, I think. This little bad boy carries 292 yards. That's a lot. And it's a number 3. And this other one, which is Lazy Hazy Summer Cotton, it's 164 yards and a 50-gram ball. I got this from my friend Marquita from Marquita's Naughty Crush. Thank you, my friend. All right. So I was going to work on this, and I think what I have decided is I'm going to frog it. I have officially made 2 tank tops and 2 tank tops and a t-shirt. I was hoping for 2 and 2, but I'm not complaining at all. And now that I've opened all of the yarn for the Louisiana shawl, the mystery color, I'm so excited about that. How cool is that? And and Debbie, the Canadian crocheter, told me that there are Acadians that are still in Canada. So it's like some sort of exchange program that's going on between here and Canada. Maybe that's why I have such a strong love for the Canadian. What is the Canadian? Is that the word I'm looking for? I love Canadian television shows. I can only think of 3 right off the top of my head, but that's only because I can only think of 3. But Corner Gas, if y'all have never seen Corner Gas, you owe it to yourself. I believe it is on Amazon Prime or Freevee, one of the 2. Let's see, Murdoch Mysteries. Love Murdoch Mysteries. Frankie Drake. I love the Frankie Drake Mysteries. I hate that it got canceled. You can't do that on television. I don't know if you knew this, 80s kids, but you can't do that on television, which is what gave Nickelodeon the whole green slime thing, is a Canadian TV show, and it was part of my afternoon television watching. I could not wait. It came on at 3:30 every day, Monday through Friday, and I had a huge crush on Kevin, and I can't remember anything else. And also, side note, if you did not know this, Alanis Morissette was also on You Can't Do It on Television. Anyway, yeah, see, my love for Canada started at a very early age. And I love me some Bryan Adams, okay? Woohoo! Okay, Okay, I kind of just lost the plot there, but okay, I hope that y'all have enjoyed this randomness. I just wanted to, I don't know, I guess just reach out to any of my friends who are trying really hard at the self-care, and if during that you seem to not quite be getting there, it may be because your self-awareness is not completely on, you know, and you know, it's an ugly mirror, but it's a necessary mirror so that you can really see yourself. Now that I am seeing myself, I like a lot of my idiosyncrasies, even though, again, when I was made aware of them, it was very, you know, we just, as I learned more and more about ADHD, aside from, you know, just the things that most people think about with scattered thoughts and hyperfocus, but, you know, deeper things that you don't think about. Here's the thing, like most people, a lot of people chew their fingernails, right? Well, as an ADHDer, I have found this out. We chew the skin. That's why I didn't want to show you my finger. But see, yeah, that's not pretty. Like at all. And if I get a manicure, it's even worse. Because I will chew off the nail polish. I won't bite my nails, but I will chew off the nail polish. Usually within 7 hours. If you have liked this video, please like this video. If you want to stick around and become a member of the GlamFam, you can do so by clicking that subscribe button. And don't forget to rock that notification bell. Until next time, I'm Jackie.